This is day 3 in Liverpool, and I feel awful after last night. I can't even remember what we did. What did we do? So yesterday, I don't think I actually reviewed it or anything, but we went for breakfast at, what was it called now? Ezra and Gill, which is right in the city centre. It was really good. It was a little bit pricey, I think, for like our 2 breakfasts. So I had smashed avocado on toast, and Amy had like their in-house sort of omelette, which had like pesto and stuff on it. Don't get me wrong, the food was beautiful, really, really good. But for the 2 meals and 2 drinks, it came to about £40, which is a price. I mean, it was like, I'd describe it as being bougie. So, yeah, if you want like a bougie breakfast, yeah, I would recommend that. Then after that, me and Dicko went to Anfield, because we had a couple of hours to kill. We didn't really plan much in the morning because we had bottomless brunch booked for 1 o'clock. So we went to Anfield. We did have a look at, like in advance, we did have a look at doing the tour, because you can actually book a tour and go around it. And you can even abseil down it, but we, I don't know, like they weren't doing it this weekend for some reason. I'm not sure why. I thought like when the season's not on, it would have been the perfect time to go, but no, they weren't doing it. So we just went anyway and had a walk round, and we saw Diogo Jota's Flowers. If you don't know, Diogo Jota was a Liverpool striker who died about a month ago in a car crash, I believe. So it was nice seeing all the touching tributes for him. And then we got a taxi back. So it's about 8 minutes taxi. It's probably not walkable, but it's just a short taxi ride out of the city centre to Anfield. But anyway, we got a taxi back, and then we went to Pins, which we booked the bottomless brunch for 1 o'clock. And yeah, like, my God, we drank so much. Like, it wasn't even funny. It was actually a stupid amount. I think in the hour and a half we had, so we was playing bowling, and we decided to play a game where whoever gets to strike, everyone just downs a drink. I don't know, it sounded clever at the time, and it sounded like that wasn't going to be a regular occurrence, but it turns out we're all semi-professional at bowling, because that happened about 7-8 times. So we were just drinking Prosecco like it was water, which obviously caught up on us. But the bowling was good. The pizza, it is bottomless pizza, but to be honest with you, we didn't even eat that much pizza. We had about half a pizza between the 4 of us. And then they do let you take your remaining pizza back with you. So if you finish a pizza, they're very quick to come out and give you another pizza, but it's a 22-inch pizza. But like I say, we ate half of it, and then by the time our bottomless brunch ended, they said, oh, well, you can take that other half with you. So we just carried it around for a little bit, and then eventually it got eaten. We played shuffleboard, and again, we was playing drinking games to do with shuffleboard. Like, loser does a shot, and I'm rubbish at shuffleboard, so I kept having to do shots. And then after that, we played a bit of darts, and to be fair, darts is one of the things that I'm all right at, so I think I've won every game, And then after the darts, we went straight to Matthew Street. At this time, I was already feeling the drinks anyway, but we went to Matthew Street, watched a couple of live bands in the Cavern Club, because, you can't come to Liverpool and not go to the Cavern Club. And to be honest with you, that's where my night ended, because 1 minute I'm in the Cavern Club, the next minute I'm waking up this morning. I've had a bit of a disastrous start to the day. We were going to get up and go to Macaulay's, which is like an Irish bar, and I've had locals tell me that like they do a really good Irish breakfast, which I could destroy right now. But unfortunately, we've got the Beatles museum booked for about 11:15, and we literally woke up at 10. In fact, it's coming close to 10:30 now, so we need to leave in a minute. So we're just going to have to grab a quick Greggs or something, and then after the Beatles museum, we're going to go hopefully get the Albert Dock world famous fish and chips. So we're going to give that a try. And then after that, we've got the Magical Mystery Tour booked as well. So quite a full-on day with the tours and everything. Yeah, we're just going to have a heavy Beatles day. And I'm wearing my England top, because the Lionesses play tonight in the Euros final against Spain. And then after that, it's the darts World Match Play final between Luke Littler and James Wade. Obviously, we missed the darts last night. And typically, Luke hit a 9 darter, so always happens when I miss it. And that's about it, really. So we're just heading towards the Beatles Museum. We were actually booked there for 11:15, and as I'm recording this, it's currently 11:05, so we're a little bit late. Hopefully they'll still let us in there. I'm struggling. We've just been to Greg's. Just had a sausage roll and a bacon bap, which has helped, to be fair. Yeah, feel a bit better after that, but just approaching the Albert Docks. Dicko and Bex actually left way before us to go to Greg's, and a funny story is that Bex got attacked by a seagull, so they went and got their breakfast. A seagull flew down and smacked Bex's sandwiches. What? Yeah, that's right. So a seagull flew down and smacked Bex's sandwich out of her hand, and she dropped on the floor, so that to walk all the way back and go get another one, and that's when we caught up with him. We've made it, and the fresh air actually feels good, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, and the Liver building's just over there as well, which we'll be going to see shortly. We're going to quickly do the Beatles Story Museum, and then I want to try the famous Albert Dock fish and chips. And roughly where we are now, actually. This is where we've got to meet for the Magical Mystery Tour afterwards as well. But yeah. And over there you got the M&S Liverpool Arena. And the wheel. Is it called a Ferris wheel?
Bueno, pero ocupo todo.
If you're a big fan, there's no, you know. At the end of the day, it's a second. Privilege of I hope that's not all the
Promise.
How do you do this every time?
That'll work this.
just had our photos taken. So all the tours include audio guide as well. So, Kim.
Good. We just when I said, you know all three films you made, you all. We're in that one day they were now, and you're in Magical Mystery Tour.
Okay, so we've just come out of the Beatles tour. What did you think?
It's good. Informative. Nicely set up.
Yeah. So every ticket, because we just bought the standard tickets, it includes audio guide as well, and then there's about 27, 28 different things to listen to. They're about a minute long, and yeah, it's just very informative, and it was really cool being up close to, you know, instruments that they've actually played, John Lennon's glasses that he's actually worn, outfits they've actually worn as well. It's just very surreal being in there. I have done the tour before, I'm not going to lie. So we not rushed it, but we just carried on through. A lot of people were stopping and reading absolutely everything, but we sort of rushed a little bit. But I'd say if you are going to come here, you need to allow at least 1 to 2 hours to do the tour. We're now going to go get some fish and chips from the world famous Albert Dock fish and chips, and then we've got the Magical Mystery Tour straight after that. So we've just accidentally stumbled upon a Harry Potter theme shop, so didn't realise the Albert Docks had a Harry Potter shop. But there you go. Good to know. They're made out of jelly beans. Nice. There we go, so that was £21 for regular fish and chips and 2 cans of Coke. But to be fair, I think they make it fresh to order, because as soon as I ordered it, the lady shouted to the other lady saying I'll whack 1 cod in, so...
Quick sticks. Quick sticks.
There we go, we've got our tickets to ride.
Because I thought I'd lost it. It's easy now. I need to get
Okay, good afternoon everybody. Welcome to Liverpool. Welcome on board the world famous Magical Mystery Tour bus, folks. Woo! Nobody get a bigger woo than that. The world famous Magical Mystery. The Welsh seat. Anyone from Wales on board? No, I thought it was quiet. Okay. There over 400 homes in these streets all built by the Welsh, especially for the workers there to come and work and live in Liverpool back in the day. Now, up until recently, they were all meant to be demolished, but a successful campaign by the local community has meant that they've all been thankfully restored to their former glory, which is the reason why I'm going to point this out. You might recognise the street, next street on your left-hand side. Has anyone seen the TV series Peaky Blinders? That's right there on your left hand side. That's where it was actually filmed, you see. That was Garrison Lane for the first 4 series. 7 houses down on the right hand side was Thomas Shelby's house. We got everything in Liverpool. 2 cathedrals, 2 very famous football teams, Everton and Everton Reserves, of course. I had to say that one, didn't I? And also the most famous street in Birmingham is here in Liverpool. There you go. This next street here is called Madrid Street. 7th of July 1940. Richard Starkey was born. That's Ringo Starr himself, and he was actually born in inside number 9, which is the 5th house down on the left hand side. Okay, that's where that blue car is parked. That's where Ringo was born, and he spent the first 4 years of his life there with his mum Elsie and his dad Richard. Now, his dad had already moved out to another house further down the street, but Ringo and his mum Elsie moved across the road here on your right hand side to Admiral Grove, number 10 Admiral Grove. Now, you'll see this wonderful work of art on the side of what used to be the Emperor's Pub. It's a very low-key work of art, as you can tell. Have a look down here on your right-hand side. Okay? You see a small white house halfway down there. That's where Ringo lived for the next 20 years. So the height of Beatlemania, Ringo was still living in that very small house in that very small grove there. Can you believe that? Now, in 1970, after the Beatles had broken up, Ringo released his first solo album called Sentimental Journey. Now, his mum Elsie used to work behind the bar in that pub, and her favourite song, she used to sing as well, and her favourite song... Lane, okay, so there's your shelter in the middle of the roundabout. The bus stop where Paul and the boys used to wait for the bus on the way to college with Penny Lane on the front. On your left hand side here, Penny Lane Surgery. That was the bank where the banker never wore a mac in the pouring rain. Very strange. And on the corner here, just after the off licence here, is Tony Slavin's Ladies and Gentlemen's Salon. There's your famous barbershop, folks, formerly Bioletti's hairdressers back in the day. Yeah, so everything in the song Penny Lane is about this small area here, just centred around the bus stop, on the other side of a shelter in the middle of a roundabout, as simple as that. That was the great thing about the Beatles. Many of the songs that they wrote were about things that were going on in their everyday lives and seeing life revolve around them as well. Now, coming up on your right hand side is a road called Newcastle Road. Now, you see these red brick houses here, number 9 Newcastle Road. We can't drive up there, obviously, it's far too narrow, but it was here on the 9th of October 1940 where a certain John Lennon was born. He was taken to his grandparents' home at number 9 Newcastle Road. That's the 5th house up on the left hand side. That's where John lived for the first 5 years, but before he moved up to live with his Aunt Mimi, his mum's sister, for the next 18 years. And the house is called Mendips. We're going to park outside Mendips later on in the tour. Okay, from here now, do you want me explaining when we're back on the coach? Okay. Don't want to interrupt everyone's Sunday roast, you know. The Billy J. Craven song? Yeah. Do they know it's a secret? Yeah. Not really, just George, they love the song. You want a photograph for you from this angle after the point here, okay guys, just watch out for the traffic behind you. In this house, please me and I'll get you. Now, John's Aunt Mimi was pretty strict, really. She never let the band rehearse in this house. In fact, at one point, she turned round to John and said, "The guitar is all well and good, John, but you'll never earn a living out of it." In 1965, John came back from being away with the band. There was crowds of people all parked outside here, hanging around to see John, of course. And he went inside, and his Aunt Mimi, she'd had enough of all the crowds hanging around every single day, and she just wanted some. That'd be great. The documentary just not long ago. And if you remember the carpool karaoke 7 years ago, this is where Paul was inside in the bedroom just looking down at a group of people like yourselves. But he's not in there today, I promise you. Okay, just all want to gather around. I'm going to say a few little things, okay? So is this everyone's first time, or most people's first time in Liverpool, apart from competition? Where's anyone's first time? Okay. You've all been to Liverpool? Separated by this alleyway here with the gate on the front, okay? Oh, there says on the sign here, the proud home of the McCartney family. They lived here for 9 years, from 1955 to 1964. So the height of Beatlemania. He's just been on the Ed Sullivan show, really. They're taking the talk of America, the talk of the world now, really. And they came back to Liverpool to a big, massive heroes welcome in the city centre. And they came back to live in the normal, humble homes like this one. Now, Paul's bedroom is the one in the top right-hand corner. Now, when I say it's the most important house in the history of rock and roll, is a bit of an understatement, really. Over 100 songs are actually written in this house, including over 30 John and Paul's compositions. Because John used to come through the back of the golf course, into this road, into this house. He used to write lots of the songs. So the likes of Love Me Do, She Loves You, I Saw Her Standing There, From Me to You, All My Lovin', Michelle, I'll Follow the Sun, One After an Hour 9 when I'm 64, plus many, many more, all written in this house here, making them
That's the number 22.
That's it, so I'll have a quick photograph.
Thank you.
Hello. I just wanted to quickly add this on to the end of the vlog because I sort of, we walked down Matthew Street and then we got in the car, and then by the time we got back to Birmingham, which is where I live, it was like nearly 3 hours. The traffic was terrible. So by the time I got back, I'd missed half the football. Then we watched the darts, and then it was literally like 11 p.m. So I didn't vlog anything else after that. But one thing you might have just seen, actually, I'll just review the whole day. So very start of the day, we because I was a little bit under the weather, let's just say, we were supposed to go to Macaulay's for breakfast, which is a very highly recommended Irish bar. And we walked past it on Matthew Street. It's literally right in the heart of everything. And they're known for doing very nice breakfasts, is what I've been told. And then I think later on in the day, they do these authentic Irish spice bags. So if you're ever in Liverpool and you've always wanted to go to Ireland and try a spice bag, that's probably your best bet in Liverpool, really, because again, I've heard that's very highly recommended. But yeah, anyway, so we ended up grabbing a quick Greggs, which you can't go wrong. If you're not from England, Greggs is a staple in England. You can't not love Greggs. It's not the most amazing food in the world, but it is cheap as anything. But that's what we love about it. Similar to Wetherspoons, really. But Greggs is more like a quick grab and go, whereas Wetherspoons is like a sit-down meal. Then we did the Beatles story, which was brilliant. Like, it's just so surreal being sat in a room with, like things that John Lennon has worn. I don't know, I'm singling out John Lennon, but all the Beatles have worn. Anything from glasses to show outfits and just all sorts, really. Even their instruments are in there. Like George Harrison's first ever guitar is just sat there right in front of you as soon as you enter the building. So it's very surreal. As I said earlier in the vlog, realistically you need to set aside about 1 to 2 hours for that. You can go at your own pace, so it's just self-guided. You get your audio taught, your audio, your headphones and sort of like an iPhone type thing included. You just go around at your own pace, which is nice because it's nice not to be rushed around. So yeah, that's very good. And then the fish and chips, they were £21 for fish and chips, which is quite expensive in England. But in fairness, it's probably the freshest fish and chips I've had in a long time. It's very, very good. It's a little steep on the price, but I suppose it's the Albert Docks, you're right in the heart of the biggest touristy area. So it is what it is. We just paid it and we enjoyed it. That's the main thing. Then after that, we had a short walk, and I'm talking literally 5 minutes over to the Beatles statue, which is right next to the Liver building, which again is very iconic to Liverpool. And then after that, we went back towards the dock, so it's right next to the Beatles story again, to board the Magical Mystery Tour. Don't make our mistake. Don't just go straight to where the coach is. There's actually a little office that's so as you're walking towards the Beatles story, you might have seen it in the vlog if you have a sharp eye. There's like a little sign on the floor just saying Magical Mystery Tour, check in, and you go and check in this office. And then they give you tickets, and then it's just a minute's walk back up to where the coach actually is. We all got on the coach. One thing I will say, I didn't record too much of the Magical Mystery Tour because, without sounding like I'm moaning, because I'm not, it was still brilliant. We sat on the right side of the coach. If you're going to go, I would sit on the left side of the coach. Just naturally, it is what it is. Most of the things that I wanted to get on film were on the left side. So, 50-50 chance of chose, not the wrong side, because there's still good things to see on the right side, but, like some of the homes and the Penny Lane barbershop, everything like that was on the other side of the coach. And, I recorded what I could, but it's not the greatest content when you're recording. There's about 10 heads in the way. And so, yeah, I just got what I could. But then that leaves a little bit of mystery. Magical mystery. No, leaves a bit of mystery. I didn't want to record the whole thing, because if you want to do it yourself, you want to experience it. Yeah. I'm not saying I wanted to keep it spoiler free, but at the same time, I didn't want to show you the whole thing. Like, go experience it for yourself, is what I say. And then, right at the end there, you might have seen a note where I said, so we got to the Cabin Club, and they said this on the email. They even said it before we got on the coach. So where you get on the Magical Mystery Tour is not where you finish. So a lot of people knew this. But there was this one couple not very happy at the end. They were like not almost having a go at the tour guide, saying, "Oh, you didn't tell us that." And the tour guide was like, "Well, yes, we did. Like everyone else knew." Yeah, it's not. It drops you off at the Cavern Club, which albeit is only a 5-10 minute walk from the docks anyway. But if you're planning to say go to the Beatles story after it, just be aware that you don't get dropped off where you get on. So just be careful about that. And that's about it, really. It was 3 fun days in Liverpool. I've been to Liverpool before, and I will absolutely go again because there's always something new popping up that I want to try. So yeah. If you've even made it this far, if you've even discovered my vlogs, because these are the first ever series I'm ever doing, because I'm completely new to this game. Like I'm the guy who's got all the gear, no idea. I've got nice fancy camera, but do I have a clue what I'm doing? No. And I'm just working it out as I go along. I'm not even using anything fancy. These 3 vlogs, I've just done it on my phone, iMovie. That's how I've edited that. So, if you want to get in the comments, if you want to advise, I'm all up for some constructive criticism. I know I've got a lot to learn. I'm just completely winging it at the moment, to be honest. So yeah, if you've got any helpful advice on how I can improve my vlogs, any better software than iMovie, I mean, no offence, iMovie, like, you've done all right, you've done the job. But, just let me know in the comments, really. If you're even watching this, if you fancy subscribing, that would be absolutely all right by me. Because my next adventure is in just over a month's time. And we're going to a small, quiet little village in the USA called Las Vegas. So that's going to be a wild one. So imagine the second day vlog times 10. And we've got a packed out itinerary already booked up. It's going to be a wild one, let's just say. So yeah, just thanks again for watching and catch you soon.